Hey guys, it's PM Mathis, your global indie author distributor, and I hope that you've had a great day. Now, I want to do some housekeeping. Want to let you guys know that, of course, I am on YouTube under Pamela PM Mathis, that I go live 3 times a week on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. I want to let you know that, you throw your comments or your questions in the comment section, and I will get back with you with my most honest answer that I can give you. Okay. So this one is called When You Feel Lost and Alone, right? So I'm going to tell you who I am and why I do what I do, right? So, have you ever felt lost in a sea of familiar faces? I don't know about you, but I could literally be in a crowd of people and feel lost. Why? Because there is just this personal, um, deep down desire to be seen and the struggle not to get consumed by that. Because I don't want to be the person that does all kinds of things to get crazy attention, right? Now I want to definitely build a platform. That is my goal and that's what your girl is trying to do, but I don't want to be seen as needy or somebody who just wants to suck up all the love and attention in the room. Now, I want to be able to step into a room and be noticed, most definitely, and I want to be able to command an audience, right? But because I deal with rejection and abandonment, I always have to be careful about how I approach things, how I feel about a thing, how I express it, right? Because just today I was in the midst of having a conversation, you know, with a friend and just, giving him the business about, hey, you don't call me, you don't check on me, and this kind of thing. Because I can fall into those situations where I feel extremely, alone, even though there's so many ways that you can touch people. You know what I'm saying? We of course with social media, like I'm here today, there are just so many ways that you can touch people, but that is can be a facade, for lack of a better word, because I can make it seem like I am really having a great life. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not having a great life, but I could still seem like I'm having this great life, but on the inside, I'm broken and I'm lost, right? Now, my privacy still needs to be a thing, even though I'm trying to build this social platform. How one maintains that is definitely a personal matter. But for me, I'm gonna be transparent right now because I think it's necessary. I think people need to know how, from day to day, you deal with loneliness and loss and still keep it moving. Because my ultimate goal is to help people be self motivators and self encouragers. And unless you can get that tamed or under control, you don't have the ability to think wisely. You think you would do things based out of emotion. And a lot of those kinds of decisions are going to be harmful and they're not going to be in your best interest. So you have to continue to navigate through, well, am I enough? How do I know I'm enough? what what makes me comfortable here in here that says, you know what, I don't need to compare myself, I don't need to, take on that challenge, or I don't need to prove myself to anybody. Well, it's a constant battle and you just got to figure out how to win this thing. Hey Rita. So this is what I want you to take away from this live today, right? Do not take yourself too seriously. I was in helping teach a Sunday school class today, and my advice, they ask you to say, one thing about yourself, and here's the thing, guys, I would, you know, tell you whatever you do, have fun. Don't go into situations in life and doing things where you're just not having fun. Now I know everything, there's some seriousness in life, right? We all know that, we all get that. But generally, I'm gonna have fun because it just makes that hard stuff a lot more easier to take, to deal with, to struggle through, because ultimately the goal of this life, and if you're a Christian, you ultimately have to believe this, that what you learn is not for you. It's always for somebody else. So somebody else is not going to be able to step up and command their space. They're not going to be able to have things come at them and stand strong. But you know, they can see that in you. And like I said, I'm a lot of people may not know a lot about me because I don't put myself out there, and definitely if I don't have a relationship with you, there's not a lot you're gonna know about me. That's nothing against you. It's just my personal preference, because like I said, my privacy is very important to me. I don't spew my business out here on social media. What I tell you is, I think a lot of what we all go through, and maybe you don't have anybody that's telling you that it's okay to work through those things in your head, because we all have a place that we feel, unseen, unloved, and so it is just what it is, but it's what you do with that. It is absolutely what you do with that, and how you let that affect you, that's going to make the difference, right? So like I said, I make all kinds of stupid mistakes. I laugh at myself and keep it moving, because it is what it is, right? So point number 2, learn how to see your mistakes as teachable moments. Don't ever, and I know I've said this before, go into it or leave a situation without learning something. Don't ever be in a relationship with somebody and come out of that thing and don't take something away with you. If nothing else, you take away, how strong you were and how willing you were not to stand in a place where that didn't honor you, that didn't celebrate you, that didn't speak to the person that you knew God told you that you could be. Right? There is never any situation that you should um walk through that you don't learn something. You should never go to church and not learn anything. You shouldn't go to school and spend your money and not learn anything. I mean, life is teachable moments. Like me just sitting here is teaching me that, you know what? As long as I stay committed and as long as I believe and trust in the gift that God has given me, the crowd will come, the platform will be built. The people that need to hear me will hear me, right? And they'll jump on board, when that time comes. I don't let that kind of stuff, stop me, because I have a voice and I'm gonna use it. Some people might not want to hear it. Some people might think I'm crazy. Well, I'm a little bit crazy. I think we're all a little bit touched, but hopefully I can use mine to my advantage, right? And so, point number 3, do not prejudge, hear or watch the facts, then make a decision and proceed. I have spent a huge part of my life, just looking at people and just going ahead and prejudging them and like thinking, no, I'm not dealing with you. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. I'm not trying to get to know you because I'm already seeing things that just don't click well with my thought process or my personality. But what I'm learning is, as I get older, that I can't prejudge, situations and people. And here's the thing: if I'm called to be a voice, if I'm called to help, if I'm called to serve, then I have to be discerning. Now, definitely, I have to watch what I take in and who I let get close to me. And you need to do that. You need to guard, your heart, your space, what people say to you and how you take that in. You need to guard that. But here's the thing, we're all called to be disciples. We're all called to speak life into people. We're all called to be kind and just be generous and just to help people in need. I'm not saying that you just, put yourself in a destitute situation, but you help people. You hear them, you listen, because sometimes you know what? People just need to be heard. People just need to be seen. People just need to know that somebody gives a darn. Okay. And so let's not make this life that we're living hard. Let's not make um, people have to jump through hoops to be loved and not misunderstood. Because you know what? You might see me and think, she's not smiling, or she's not nice or whatever. I'm just smiling at everybody because you know why I'm smiling at everybody? Because I want everybody stopping to talk to me. Today I might not feel like it. I don't know. I and it could just be something's going on in my life that I'm just dealing with, and it shows on my face because that happens a lot to your girl, right? But you know, it's just life. But I'm not hard to get along with. I love people, but I guard my space. I really do. That is very important to me. I'm not gonna let you get in my head or in my heart and cause me to not do what God has called me to. And that is to speak to, that is to listen to, that is to provide encouragement and motivation to people. And I'm gonna do that to the best of my ability until he comes and gets me. Just it doesn't matter how many times I get knocked down or what people do or say. I, I'm not one to let that floor me. So remember that I want you to take away these 3 points, right? Do not take yourself too seriously. Laugh. Hey, it makes life a lot more easier to deal with, and learn how to see your mistakes as teachable moments. As adults and who have had kids, you always look to teach, but as an adult, always look to learn. Always stay open to be teachable, to learn something new. That just keeps your mind young, right? And point number 3, do not prejudge, hear, or watch the facts, then decide and then proceed, right? So I want to remind you that with each one of my lives, I do worksheets. I still have some housed at Pew Partner Friend files, but they will be shifting to my website, which is www.pewpartners.wix.com com/PM Mathis. They will all be moving over there because sometimes you just need somebody else's opinion. You just need to walk through some stuff. You need to talk some things out. And maybe because the only voice you definitely deal with every single day is your own, but sometimes you need somebody else's opinion, right? So remember, I am an author. I have 3 books. The first one is You Are God's Love Story, Daddy, You Can Hold My Hand, and then Ordinary Princess. And you can get those books online at Lulu, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million, and Amazon, right? And I have 2 ebooks that are now ready. They are on Amazon Kindle. The first one is called Tolerance, No Thanks to Toxic Person, Place, or Situation. And the second one is 10 Considerations to Staying Focused, right? With less, you get more. Also, want to remind you that I am doing essential oil classes on my personal page on Facebook. I have another one coming up on the 16th. Now, this is a call out to ladies. These are things that I use that help, as I age and as, the body does different things and as I get moody. Okay. I know you probably thinking to yourself, oh, no way, Pam, you can never get moody. Oh, but I can. Okay. So I'm teaching classes. I have 3 more in the month of January. And I'm also running a promotion. I create little DIY projects using the essential oils. And so, just keep your eye on my page because there are just some, awesome things happening. And like I said, get excited with me because 2020 is going to be a blow up year, right? I am looking for this decade to bring great things for me and you. Right? I'm excited I don't know if you can tell, but I literally am excited. God is doing phenomenal things in my life, and I'm just blessed. And I hope that you feel that way about your own life, because that's why we're here. We're here to be excited. We're here to be on fire, to see lives changed, to see the world become what we know God would have it be. Right. So I want to leave you with this prayer, and it's in Romans 15, and I'm reading it from the Message Bible. Like I said, this little prayer is just one that is just dear to my heart right now. I'm sure I will switch it out, but for right now, this is the one that I need to keep saying, and I need for you to pray with me, right? Okay, so it just says, pray for me, pray strenuously with and for me to the God the Father through the power of his Master Jesus, through the love of the Spirit, that I will be delivered from the lion's den of unbelievers, right? Pray also in that my relief offering to Christians will be accepted in the spirit that is given. What I'm trying to offer, I want it to be received in the way that is helpful to the head and to the heart, right? God's peace be with all of you. So, hey guys, I want to let you know I love you. I appreciate you for stopping by. And remember, this is PM Mathis, your global indie author distributor. And as always, 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 I want you to what? Be blessed. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.